Welcome to the kitchen table where the champions of all budget decks battle it out in the Gauntlet for bragging rights and most of all for your viewing pleasure. You can also join in the fun and win some prizes like the secret lair. The only thing you need to do is to predict who the winner will be of the next match and leave it in the comments below. This match is between the Golems and a bunch of slime. Bram, what do the decks have in store for us?
The Golems are a tribal deck with a lot of golems ranging from the Ginger Brute in the 1-drop slot to the Solemn Simulacrum. It also plays 2 Meteor Golems. And these artifacts are powered by tempered steel and they brought along a lot of masters as well. These are called splicers. They bring along golems and boost golems in different ways. There's also a snow team and a flicker team in this deck. The blue-green Ooze slime deck plays a lot of slimy creatures like Scavenging Ooze, Oran Reef Ooze and a Biogenic Ooze at the top of the curve. It can snowball out of control really fast, putting a lot of counters on a lot of oozes. Being a blue deck, it plays a few counter spells like Void Slime. It can copy some oozes and also plays the acidic slime for some removal.
I'm going with the slime on this one.
Fight! We are on our way, Oozes versus Pinocchio. Let's look at the hand of the Ooze player. I see 2 Oran Reef Oozes and they are really powerful Oozes from Zendikar Rising, and also a Scavenging Ooze, a nice 2-drop accompanied with some land, so a good hand from the Ooze player. Now we'll have a look what the Golems are presenting us. I see a lot of snow-covered plains. A Icehide Golem, that's a aggressive 2-2 for just 1 snow mana. And what else? I see also a Wing Splicer, another Splicer and then a Flicker effect. So I think we'll have a go. And we start with the Icehide Golem. So now back to the Oozes. A tap land gaining a life. And there is a Balagat Sanctuary. That is also, of course, a Balagat's Recovery. Second land and an attack from the Icehide Golem. And there is Scavenging Ooze. 2-2 that can exile creatures and gain life. And also put counters on this Ooze. And the Oozes play a small counter team. They can get bigger. They can crawl over the opponent, slither and slime away, but they can also be frozen when they crawl on thin ice. And this is what's going to happen with the Scavenging Ooze. So the Icehide Golem can attack. 2 more points of damage, and now back to the Oozes. They play their 3rd land, and here is Oran Reef Ooze. Comes into play with a +1/+1 counter on it. And when it attacks, all creatures with a +1/+1 counter gain another counter. And there's another copy of this card in the hand of the Ooze player. And now another land. And are we going to see one of those splicers? No, we're going to see the Arkham's Astrolabe drawing a card. A blue mana is drawn, and that's interesting for the Wing Splicer, of course, a very important card for the Golems. Because as you can imagine, Oozes, they don't fly. And now Golem player is probably not going to attack with the Icehide Golem because there is the Oran Reef Ooze at the other side of the icy landscape here. And we go back to the slime. A lot of possibilities. What is the card drawn? Let's have a look. It is a land, the 4th land. That's perfect for the Ooze player. Now a lot of options, of course. And we're going to see an enchantment, Primal Empathy. Beginning of your upkeep, draw a card if you control a creature with the greatest power. And that will be the Oran Reef Ooze. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. Now the Oran Reef Ooze is a 4/4. So it deals 4 damage. Because it gained a counter when it attacked. Meanwhile, a Solemn Simulacrum joined the hand of the Golem player. And now we are going to see a Wing Splicer, a very important card for the Golems. And you can argue they could also play the Master Splicer, but I don't think they want to be countered. I don't think they want to take the risk and attack from the Flying Icehide Golem now. Another land is played. And now we go back to the Land of Slime. Now drawing 2 cards. Looking for that 5th land, of course. And it's not there. No 5th land. Some 2-drops. Like another Scavenging Ooze. I also see a mana generating creature. But it's going to be another Oran Reef Ooze. Trying to put the pressure on the Golems. Trying to outrace Pinocchio and his bunch. And one Oran Reef Ooze gets in for 5 damage. There we go. Oozes take the lead. But now the turn is to the Golems. Another Splicer is the draw. And the Golems, they have 5 mana. And this is the 5 mana that the Oozes, the slime, are also jealous about. They would love to have 5 mana on their side of the board. They would have loved to be able to play their acidic slime. Getting rid of those big Golems. Especially now that the Wing Splicer is throwing them into the air. Making them fly. Giving the Oozes no options but only to retaliate back. And let's see what the Golems are going to do. They have a few options, of course. There's a Master Splicer in the hand of the Golem player, making all Golems stronger and creating also a Golem. There's also a Solemn Simulacrum. Golem player now checking if she can blink on thin ice, which is not a possibility because their blink spell will only work on artifacts, lands and creatures, but it will work on the Arkham's Astrolabe. I'm talking of course about Ghostly Flicker. And it looks like the Golems have run the mat. They have considered all the options and they are going to play their Master Splicer. Golems you control get +1/+1 and we create another Golem. So the Icehide is now a 3/3, the other Golem token is a 4/4. And they both fly because of the Wing Splicer. Putting the Ooze player on 8. And now looking for that land. Oh, it's not there. There is a counter spell in the hand of the Ooze player, but no 5th land. So the only thing that the Ooze player can do is attack and bluff something. Is it going to work? There are a lot of counters on the Oozes and they attack for lethal damage if the Golems don't block. Because it's a 5/5 Oran Reef and it's a 7/7 Oran Reef. And the Golems are going to double block. That's really interesting. That's a very defensive play from the Golems. And then they go to 4. And let's see now. That's an Incubation Druid and a Scavenging Ooze. Back to the Golems. They can't attack for lethal now anymore. They didn't really trust the slime. They played it defensively. Let's see if it's going to backfire for them. 6 lands. And now the Master Splicer giving all the golems first strike and creating a golem is of course a powerful follow-up. Another 3/3 golem enters the battlefield. And let's see if they're going to attack. Of course, the new golem can't attack because of the summoning sickness every creature has when it's played. So there is an attack by the two golems, putting the Ooze player at only 3 life. And now Ghostly Flicker is going to exile and return the Wing Splicer and also the Blade Splicer, creating 2 more golems. A lot of Pinocchios now, a lot of animated creatures to block the oncoming horde of slime. And now 2 more cards, looking for the 5th land. It's not there. Oh, it's not there, it's not there. The Oozes suffer from a mana screw, a major mana screw. It all started so well. They have 7 cards in hand, but they needed that 5th land. Now the Incubation Druid is also giving some mana, but there are a lot of golems coming. So, and with the Wing Splicer they have flying, so back to the golem player, no attack. Golems of course have first strike. Can they bluff something? The golem player is not trusting the bunch of slime. Now of course we know the golems are in an outstanding situation, but the golem player doesn't know that. She is cautious, she declares an attack, but the response is there from the Ooze player. It's going to be an incongruity, turning the Wing Splicer in a frog. So no more flying golems. And only 1 mana open. So an attack would be enough with all of the creatures. But of course is the question, is the golem player going to sacrifice the Blade Splicer? Not attacking with the Icehide Golem. We'll have a triple block. And then Scavenging Ooze is going to eat a Splicer. And then is going to eat an Oran Reef Ooze, gaining 2 life. So a little mistake from the golems. They should have attacked with all the golems, including the Icehide Golem, giving now the Oozes another turn. This was a mistake. 2 Oozes kill 2 golems. Incubation Druid hits the graveyard as well. But now there's another golem coming into the battlefield. Solemn Simulacrum. Looking for a snowland that comes tapped into play. And now back to the Oozes. Now there is the 5th land. But now it's too late. 7 cards in hand. Having the opponent on 4 life, but not being able to close it must be very frustrating. The Ooze player is looking at all the options, trying to find an answer. But there are a lot of golems at the other side. There's even a frog. And here is a desperation attack. It won't really matter, I think, unless the golem player makes a mistake, plays too cautiously. I'm going to see a double block from the Simulacrum and maybe also from the Icehide Golem. No, it's going to be the frog that's going to do the blocking. If we learned one thing from this match, is that you never trust a player that plays a lot of slime. Golems of course stay on 4. They draw a card from the Solemn Simulacrum. It's a snow-covered forest. I think the Golem player can't handle the stress anymore. I think she's going for a calming tea. Meanwhile, the Oozes are trying to figure out, can they play an acidic slime to kill a Golem? And now they are tapped out, and I don't think the Golem player is going to make the same mistake as the previous turn by playing too much on the defense. The Oozes are in a sticky situation. So back to the Golems. For the final blow this time there's a Ginger Brood. That's also an extra Golem to attack. One blocker and one blocker only in the acidic slime. Ginger Brood gets haste. Can't be blocked, only by creatures with haste. And now this is the final blow.
Game over.
Ouch! Golems take it down. Now you can join our leaderboard too by predicting who will be the winner of the next match and leave it in the comments below. And maybe you can win a secret lair or one of our 3 special boosters. Now if you want some more information about the tournament series, check out the link here. If you need some help predicting who will be the winner of the next match, check out the deck tech videos. And remember,
always keep it casual.